So you're probably more of a philosopher than you give yourself credit for, but can you talk to me a little bit about that and kind of what your comments were on that? Because I just thought that that was actually very compelling.
Well, remember earlier I said food is autobiography. So that's part of that, right? I mean, that's my mother's story, but it's not just a story about my mother's sometimes genuinely insane quest to find the recipe for the perfect omelet. I mean, and she really did take it to extremes. She probably read everything that was ever written about an omelet. And if she's up in heaven, she's probably still reading recipes for omelets. But it wasn't just about reading recipes. It was sneaking her way into the back rooms of restaurants and then getting us thrown out, which she would always do. I mean, I think I told a story at one point where she wouldn't pay for my date to go to the senior prom with me because she didn't like the frittatas that restaurant was serving. I mean, she really took it to an excess, and she brought me along on the quest for most of it. And like her, for a long time, I thought, this can be done. There can be a perfect omelet. It wasn't helped, by the way, when I started becoming old enough to watch cooking shows. And I quickly learned that there was actually one guy in the world who could make a perfect omelet, Jacques Pepin, and he still can. That was kind of disheartening because I thought, well, okay, somebody's already been there and done that. Nobody else is going to be able to do it. But for the rest of us who are just mere mortals, it took me a long time to realize something that I think my mother did realize too, and that is there's something irreducibly human about looking for the perfect recipe. It relieves your burdens, right? I mean, it just takes all the decision making away from you. It gives you a guide, and who doesn't want that on some level? I mean, even the great food writer MFK Fisher once said something to the effect that I'm a child of the 20th century. I want to be told what to do. And if MFK Fisher wants to be told what to do, then surely it's okay for the rest of us to just want to crack open a book or call up a Pinterest page or whatever and say, just tell me how to do this. Time is short. Money is scarce. I don't have time to be worrying about this. And think about it. There is a kind of, this word is much abused now, but there is a kind of privilege involved in saying, I'm going to get 24 farmers market's eggs
Absolutely.
at $5 a dozen, and I'm just going to experiment until I find the perfect omelet. Right? I mean, come on. Nobody's got that kind of money or time, or really interest, I suppose. What I learned, and what I think my mother learned, is that there's not a perfect recipe for anything.